All right, welcome to my motivational message. It is Monday, January 18th, and of course it is Dr. Martin Luther King Day today, and so I wanted to weave in that into my motivational message. Dr. Martin Luther King, probably the most well-known speech is his I Have a Dream speech. And it's a speech that really connects with so many people because there's so many universal truths in there. It weaves the American narrative in there as he quotes the Founding Fathers, the Declaration of Independence, and Abraham Lincoln. And it's really one of those speeches that I believe can connect with all of us. And as you get to the end of his speech, he begins these paragraphs, I have a dream that, I have a dream that. And I want to share one of those paragraphs with you, and it's specifically 4 words from that paragraph. He said, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Now, I want to spend some time talking about the content of your character, but before I do that, I want to go back to one other word that I think is important, and that is the word judge. I know we live in a world, in a society that really tells us not to judge, don't judge, but I think it's important that we do, because if we don't determine what's good and evil, and then what's the use of even having those categories if we don't judge between the two. I think it's important that we decide what's good and follow after that, and what's evil and avoid that. So, Dr. King is asking us to judge, but what he's asking us to do when it comes to judging is don't judge people based on their outward appearance, judge them based on what's inside. What is the content of their character? So let me pose to you this question I think Dr. Martin Luther King is posing, and that is, do you want to be judged by the content of your character? Now that's a deep question. Do you want to be judged based on your honesty? Do you want to be judged based on your kindness? Do you want to be judged based on your truthfulness, your trustworthiness, your respect, your responsibility, your hard work? That is your character. And Dr. Martin Luther King is saying that's how we ought to judge one another. What is truly our character and not our skin color or any other external thing that we put on? A hairstyle, a clothing brand, a shoe brand, or whatever it might be. He's like, no, we don't judge people based on that. We judge people based on who they are. Now, unfortunately, we live in a society, I think you know as well as I do, we live in a society that is focused on the outward, a society that's focused on the externals. I mean, when you look at salaries in our country today, the biggest salaries go to those who are focused on externals, athletes and Hollywood actors and entertainers. And so we put a high price on the externals. But there's a big difference between judging people on externals and judging people on character. Here it is. When you think about character, when you think about honesty, that never goes out of style. Telling the truth never goes out of style. Kindness, that never goes out of style. Being responsible, being trustworthy, having integrity, working hard, those character qualities are things that never go out of style. Those are things that you can do your entire life. Those are things you can carry with you your entire life, and people will always respect you for that. But on the other hand, these external factors, beauty, talent, they all have expiration dates. They all will end. Athletes get to age 35, they're slowing down, they have to retire. They can't continue to compete because they're beginning to fade. Beauty fades. I mean, it doesn't matter how many Botox shots you get or how many liposuctions you have or plastic surgery. Eventually, beauty does fade. And so when Dr. Martin Luther King says to not judge based on the color of skin but on the content of their character, he's like, let's not judge people on the things that have expiration dates. Let's judge people on the things that really count and really matter and will last a lifetime. And so I trust Dr. King's comments here in this speech are a challenge to you as they are to me. Because we all need to be working on our character. We all need to be working on being more honest, being hardworking, being responsible and respectful, because those are things that are worth being judged on. I think everyone here would agree that we don't want to be judged on our externals. We don't want to be judged on our beauty. We don't want to be judged on our clothes. We don't want to be judged on, our hair color or lack of hair, as would be my case. But we would rather be judged on who we really are inside. And so that is our challenge from Dr. Martin Luther King today. And that is, we need to have good character so that as a nation, that becomes what we focus on when we look at a person and not what we see on the outside. I trust that this was challenging to you today. I trust that you used your day wisely if you had the day off and were able to participate in some community events and things like that. If this was something that benefits you, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page or hit like, make a comment, pass this on to others, and share this around. And hopefully we'll see you back next Monday for a new motivational message. Thank you.